This is a true story from when Stu and I were working together at the Commonwealth Bank. Let me give you a few headlines. I'm going to talk about the context. I'm going to look at my mindset and behaviours as a leader. Talk a bit about the team and some challenges that I faced on the way. So this is a real project. 8 Scrum teams, 80 people. I was the leader. I was project director, so my leadership role was project director. Some of the team reported to me, some of them didn't, and Stu was the Agile coach. We were creating a thing called the customer engagement engine, which was going to transform how the bank did marketing. So for those of you who have heard of next best decision marketing, we were implementing a tool that was going to help the bank basically change the way we contact our customers. Customer engagement engine. That was the purpose, and it was and Hinson, people are talking about this thing still now. Yeah, this is now the engine of the company in terms of the company. So this was about 5 years ago, when we implemented this. I've said there were 80 people, and we were working. We started off very agile. We did some test and learn or experiments in the Penrith region of Sydney with some branches to try and test this idea. So we put some sticky tape technology together to mock up what the end solution would do. And then we actually invested in a platform from Pega to actually power this technology for the longer term solution. Let's get into some of Sam's leadership mindset and behaviors. I'll just go through a couple. So the behavior, the first thing that people noticed on this team is that we did lots of fun stuff. We did lots of fun stuff. And I also like to bring in things like understanding each other as humans. So team dynamics. Some of you have done DISC. Some of you have done other assessments like that. I was using TMS, team management systems. My mindset was that to create a high performing team, we must know each other as people. Okay, you have to know each other as humans if you're going to create a high performing team. So that's why I made an effort to put in lots and lots of these activities to grow as humans. We've got to know each other as humans. Leadership challenge, a senior stakeholder mindset. So I had a senior stakeholder who kept asking me for a project plan. They kept wanting to see a Microsoft project document. As I peeled the onion with this stakeholder in terms of what do you want, I said, I'm not going to create 3,000 lines of Microsoft project. We're working in Jira. We've got this covered. But they wouldn't let go. So I brought them to and showed them our roadmap. The roadmap was a view of the next 12 months at a high level. And I showed them that board I showed you earlier with the string. That was our release plan. And I showed them how we were working in the next 6 sprints, the planning of what we're doing. He still wanted some certainty. So what I was forced to do, I actually didn't have to create a Microsoft project plan, but I had to create a 1-page A4 PowerPoint slide with lots of blobs on it. And that made him happy. But it took me a long time to get this person over the line. He didn't really understand Agile, and he wanted the documents and the things that he'd been used to. And it was about him feeling safe. It wasn't that he didn't trust us. He wanted to feel safe. And that's why he was asking for these things. So make a note, if you've got a stakeholder like this, you need to walk them through the planning from roadmap to release to sprint planning. Show them the bigger picture beyond the sprint. My behavior was that we had a team who's who chart, which was placed on the desk. The org chart was very flat and it had people's faces. My mindset was that we've got to know each other. People were joining every day. And how do you know who's who? So this was helping me, but also helping everyone else connect. So like a really visual team chart. Leaders' behavior, what was I doing regularly? Checking in with people, mentoring lots of people, supporting and developing new people. I'd go for a walk with new starters. Every new starter would go for a walk. My mindset is that I did genuinely care about people as humans. I genuinely cared. Now, not all leaders do. If you have a genuine care for humans, bring that out. If you don't, develop one, please, develop one. I think if a leader really shows they care about people, it goes a long way. This is a great picture of a couple of the team with my daughter, Jasmine, And just seeing their smiling faces is just a wonderful reminder. Having fun. My behavior was, let's do some fun stuff. Yeah, let's do some fun stuff. Connect beyond the office and release the pressure through humor. So people were seeing all of these fun activities. And my mindset was, for people to be engaged, you've got to let them have fun. This was an amazing race we did across Sydney. Lots and lots of fun. We played cricket because they enjoyed cricket. We did some skits. We made work fun. It was phenomenal. And Hinson, this is the grass there, no longer used as a cricket pitch after we got banned. Dear, let's talk about spoiling the party. My behavior, I opened up the space for them to solve problems. I gave up control. The reason I did that was because actually I did not know much about this technology. I did not understand the technology. So these people were a lot smarter than I was. I was actually worried, though, that I wasn't an expert. So to overcome my worry that I didn't know much about the tech, I let other people come in and I gave them the space. I opened the space for these amazing people to make decisions. I sent a weekly note and lots of open sprint comms and had an open calendar. And my mindset was that I had to be open and transparent at all times. So you could see my calendar. Anyone in the company could see my calendar. Every week I sent a note sharing what we were doing, and we sent sprint comms every cycle. Over communicate. I wanted to be totally open and transparent. I had a mentor, I had a coach, and I had a good boss. And these three people were instrumental in my success. And my mindset was, I knew that I needed help and support. When you're a leader, it can be lonely and not having someone to talk to. So I think it was really important to have someone to talk to get the support from. But what happened was that Keith, who was the amazing leader, and Hinson knows Keith, he's got too important, Hinson. He's too good. He left us. He got promoted and I got a new leader. And I hated it. I absolutely hated it. Keith had given me autonomy and freedom to do what I thought was right. We were doing some fun stuff. The kayaking wasn't quite right, but hey, we were doing some fun stuff. It was all good. And he suddenly stopped it all. He was challenging my expenses. He was micromanaging. And I was pretty much checking out. And it was really disappointing because I love this team. I love the job. I stuck it out for 6 months, but I did actually leave early because of the manager. And we hear this all the time, that people leave managers, not companies. And I was it really hit me hard. And even someone who is quite, resilient, your immediate boss is so important. If you've got an immediate boss who's an arse, it's impossible to do great things. It really is, however resilient you are. I'm going to give a couple of examples of the team culture. This is the board, interesting, the visual board that I showed you earlier. Here's Stu. We were having some really sharp team problem-solving sessions, and we really had a culture of being open to challenge and open to feedback. We always had a laugh, that we didn't take ourselves too seriously, however high the stakes. We did a lot of experimentation and ideation and made it visible, and had a culture of focus on continuous improvement. We did drawing sessions. We did learning sessions every month. People learned to draw. They learned to be better at presenting, and it really led to this culture of never stop learning. We went volunteering in the community. Here's a picture of us at Oz Harvest, another one at Cana Farm in Sydney. And we made time to think of others. It was a big part of who we were as a team. And we did lots of fun stuff. We did lots of picnic days. There's me with a picnic outfit on. There's the ill-fated kayaking mission and a few trips to the pub. And people, they selected how they wanted to be rewarded. The team decided how to be rewarded. One more challenge, a non-performer. I had a lovely lady who worked for me, tried hard, but she just wasn't very good. And managing poor performance is really difficult when someone's a really great human, but just isn't very good. I coached her. But we had to go to formal performance management. Agile leadership's not just being about, being a people-centric softie. If people aren't performing, we have to address this. I addressed it with her. It was very difficult because she was a lovely person, but just couldn't deliver to expectations. What we ended up doing, she didn't get fired. She responded to the first letter of warning, and she tried really hard. And we then moved her to a smaller project where she could succeed. And she stayed with the company for a long time. And I was really pleased that even though it went down that ugly path, the outcome was good. You've got to do the tough stuff. Yeah, it's not just about the soft stuff as a leader. This team won stacks of awards. We got 2 internal awards. We got an industry award. The outcomes were phenomenal. And I won't show the video, but it's a great outcomes. The senior executives talked about this project. It was a phenomenal experience.